Hey, it's Mark with Mark's Dodgers Cards. Today's I'm going to do a video response for Pepino Man. Congratulations on your 3,000 subscribers. That's huge, and I'm one of your more recent ones. So congratulations on that milestone. For his 3,000, he's asking people to show their favorite cards from each decade, from the 50s, I think, to current, and also say what card they want to have from each of those decades that they don't have. My collecting doesn't really go past the 1980s, so I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to start in the 1910s and go through the 1980s. Some of these cards you've seen before, but I thought it'd be fun to do this project. Also, the cards that I'm going to be talking about that I want are all cards that I could conceivably get in the next year. So they're not like cards that I don't think I could ever afford or something like that, with the exception of one, which I have never seen one in person. So, I'd love to see one at any rate, though I doubt I'll ever get it. So anyway, let's go. Starting with the 1910s, y'all have seen this one. This is my 1915 Cracker Jack Zach Wheat. And the one that I would really love to have, which I'm hoping to get at some point, is the 1914 Cracker Jack Zach Wheat. All right, from the 20s. Also, these are not all necessarily going to be the most expensive cards. Some of them are valuable cards in my collection, but some of them are just ones that have a lot of sentimental value, or I like them for some particular reason. And this one is not particularly expensive, but I really love it. It's this 1928 W513 Babe Herman, who was a great Dodger star. Yeah, I really like this card. It's one of the few really high condition older cards that I have in my collection, and I really like it a lot. And yeah, this is the one where from the 1920s, if I could have a card, I would love to see even a 1924 Diaz Cigarettes Dazzy Vance. I've seen a picture online, but never seen one in person. There's one graded by PSA. They're incredibly rare, but that's one I'd love to have that in my collection. All right, the 1930s. Yeah, my favorite one is the one I just picked up, which you've seen also, is this 1933 Hack Wilson, which I love. And if I could pick up another 1930s card that I'd love to have the DeLong Lefty O'Doul when he's on the Dodgers. I love that DeLong set. I think it looks amazing, and I'd love to have one of those. All right, 1940s. My favorite card in my collection is this Gil Hodges rookie card. Glare. There we go. There it is. Gil Hodges rookie card. 1949 Bowman. And yeah, I'd love to have the Jackie Robinson from that set. And that's one that's on my list. My favorite card from the 1950s, again, not a particularly high value card, but one that has a lot of sentimental value, is this Don Drysdale rookie card. And this is a card that my dad gave me when I was a kid for, I think, Hanukkah one year. And yeah, I sent it off to get graded later on. Kind of was hoping for a little higher grade. I thought maybe you'd get a 4, but don't really care at all. That was more when I was sending cards in to sort of test my eye and see what things would come back. So anyway, not a particularly valuable card, but definitely high value for me. And a card that I would like to get in the 1950s that I could conceivably pick up is the 1953 Jackie Robinson. So maybe I'll add that at some point. But don't have the budget to add all these things at the same time, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, my favorite card from the 1960s is definitely this card, Leader's card with Koufax and Drysdale. Not only is it a fantastic card of two all-time great Dodger pitchers, but it's also the first vintage card I ever got. And again, this sentimental one, my dad bought this for me at a baseball card shop in 1983. Yeah, I made a video about this, about my collecting journey, kind of second video I made or something like that. So anyway, this is this. And a card that I would like from the 1960s is the famous Doug Camilli rookie card, which probably everybody else knows as the Bob Uecker 1962 high number, but it happens to have a Dodger on it, so I need it for my 1962 top set. My favorite card from the 1970s is definitely the Steve Garvey rookie card. This is one that when I was a kid, I always wanted. It was always out of my price range, and just always seemed like something, oh, I can't really get that one. But yeah, I got this over the last few years. Actually, this was I got the 71 Garvey when I went to my first show after I got back into collecting during the pandemic. So yeah, anyway, love this card. And if I could get another card from the 1970s, I would get the 1973 Topps Ron Cey, also otherwise known as the Mike Schmidt rookie card, because I need the Ron Cey for my Dodgers set in 1973. And then my favorite card from the 1980s, again, not a valuable card at all, but this Upper Deck Kirk Gibson card that celebrates his amazing home run. Probably the best, most enjoyable, best sports moment of my childhood for sure. Y'all know about the ticket that'll hopefully be coming back at some point from PSA. But yeah, this is a great card. Love it. And it has practically no value, but that's fine. And then the one that I would really like from the 1980s is not a Dodger card. It's the 1985 Olympic team, Mark McGwire. I had one when I was a kid. I sold it at some point, and I would just like to have one for sentimental value in my collection. And at some point, I'll just pull the Band-Aid off and buy one. So they're not particularly expensive either, but I just like to have one. So yeah, so that's my through the decades, the teens through the 80s, which basically is where my collection lies. And yeah, that was fun to do. Hope it's fun for you to watch. I look forward to seeing the other videos on this topic. I think it's an awesome topic, and congrats again on your 3,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching.